Alrighty. We're back with day 2 of the Midland and Western. We have our wonderful little passenger car here. We have our cab car getting fixed. We have our diesel fuel stand going in. And we have an RSC5 that's still sitting in the deadline. But we have our first cars. We already did some switching. So we're probably going to actually have to reassemble this train. So I think we're going to have to do that here first. Well, it's still early in the morning. We're not going to do a passenger run immediately. We're also probably going to have to order... probably going to have to order... Accidents 820, welcome and thank you. This is actually my second stream back. The first one happened at 1 in the morning, so I don't blame you if you missed it. But we are kind of back. We're doing this thing again, and we're seeing where it goes. You know, we're seeing how we do. We're seeing how we do. This is a more story-driven playthrough than what we got done back in the day. You may have noticed a bunch of shorts coming out. I've been trying to do at least a short on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when I can, and we've been pretty successful at that. So, you know. Oh, you were watching it. Excellent. Glad to hear. But yeah, we've been trying to make a little bit of a comeback here, get things back to the way they were. Back to doing this thing and getting things going again. Alright, so we're going to do some switching here. So for those who missed the stream, all these cars here, most of them are Ella Bridge cars. We got the first step towards Ella Bridge. But we also have our first contracts for Ella Farm, Stenzel, as well as Hollowfield Oil. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to kind of reassemble this train here because we had to fish out our diesel fuel stand. Jonathan Coleman, hello. Welcome. We had to fish out our diesel fuel stand last night and get it started. Because you may notice there's no steam engines. We kind of reset the map to be a little bit of a different start. Yes, we do. We are going to need a boxcar of repair parts. Whittier here only has 15 tons left. And we have to fix up the cab car. Then we have to fix up our coach because our coach is at 73% apparently. So it got fixed a fair bit last night. But then we also need to fix up our more bigger motor power, which is at nothing. So there is that. So we're going to need a lot of repair parts, and we only have 15 tons or so left. So it's going to be one of those things where we could get that. No, I think we found that we do have enough to buy it. Maybe. But if somebody wanted to donate for it, I wouldn't say no. But hey. That's entirely up to you guys. We're going to like I said, this is more story playthrough. I was planning on seeing where these repair parts get us. If they actually end up fixing the whole thing, then yay. Let's get a little bit more power going here. But also, I will say, if we do get repair parts, we need the money. We need the money to get, yeah, actually buy the repair parts. We also are likely going to need a tank car full of fuel at some point here. Once the diesel fuel stand is, kind of, so we don't have Scrapalacha installed. There's no map mods on this. There's only the rolling stock mods. I did that for 2 reasons. One, because I just wanted to deal with Unity Mod Manager. But 2, I kind of wanted to future-proof this because it seems like, while not immediately happening, it seems like the MOW mod is going to be coming soon, or the MOW update. Now, it's not going to happen immediately, I know that. But I didn't want, like, a save to break, and if I put this out to the public, I want it to be a good mod pack. I don't want it to break, a month after making it. And Jonathan Coleman just got home after seeing the CSX Heritage Unit. Nice. Alright, so these cars, the Stenzel cars will be able to leave here. I think we're going to have to run a bit of a mixed train. Yeah, we're going to have to, if we want to do some stuff here, we're going to have to run a mixed train, which is fine. 2 farm supply, okay. And Nick from Vegas, hello. But for those who don't know, this is what we're trying to do here is do a little bit of a different kind of a playthrough. We're doing a more story-driven playthrough, but also I want to show off more mods that don't get seen too often, like this little Davenport. Neat little thing. Now we also got Aspen's new DMUs. Though these ones are demotored. So they'll function as cab cars, but they are demotored. So make of that what you will. Tie these handbrakes. Bleed this down to nothing. Okay. Recharge. Okay, so we're going to leave those cars there. And we're going to get going. So all this needs to go to Ella. So we're just going to leave it in notch 4 for a minute. Yeah, shoot, we really do need to get this. We really need to get this RSC5 fixed up. It's looking pretty sad. It's looking pretty rusty. So that's going to need to get fixed up. And it's literally at nothing. It's at condition 0. Oh, how it has fuel in it, I have no idea. Let's see here. How's our 46%? Okay. And I think we discovered this was at 76% or 73%. Okay. So these are slowly getting fixed up overnight by the shop crews. So good for them. We did sell all the log cars. We're basically running as if this sawmill went defunct. And we bought the property to start our little short line, and I'm going down the wrong track. This is why you always check your switches, people. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Everybody doing all right? Getting going here. Having a good afternoon. Kind of chillaxing a little bit. That's what I'm doing. Don't really have a whole lot to do today. I do have to work tonight. So, there is that. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So yeah, just kind of Jonathan Coleman. When you get a chance, you will upload pictures from Monday. Excellent. I look forward to seeing those. I've actually have never seen those units myself, so that'll be nice to see. All right, we do need to load passengers, which means this is going to get fun because it's a 1,000-ton train, and our little Davenport here is handling it like a champ, but it's not the single car trains it's been used to. So yeah. Also, if you're wondering why I sometimes look to my right, that is where you guys are. I have my stream kind of software on my left, and I have the game on the middle. So that's where we're at. Alrighty. It does mean, unfortunately, with no steam engines, we don't have to use any of this other infrastructure. At least for a little bit. I do want to get a steam engine, but in the story of this railroad, that's probably going to mean fixing it up. For lack of a better term. It's going to need to be restored. Alright. Let's get these passengers on board. They're going to be a little confused as to why they're on a freight train, but hey. If it works, it works. Alright, we got a bunch of passengers waiting. Mixed train, exactly. Very much a mixed train. Very, very much a mixed train. Alrighty, we got all of our passengers. Oh no, we still got some loading. Okay. It's going to be a pretty nice passenger run then. And Jonathan Coleman, that seems like it's going to be an awesome event. I think I mentioned this last night. The fact that they were able to put that together in as short a time as they did is truly remarkable. And I hope everybody who goes down there to see it has an amazing time, because I have a feeling that's going to be kind of special to see. Alrighty, we're gonna get this train a moving. I think I mentioned this last night. Seeing the side rods here, it's pretty darn cool. I just realized that they actually modeled the traction motors. Okay, neat. Okay, very neat. Very neat. Alrighty. Let's get a little bit more power going here. We're only doing 20. Now I know track speed's 30, so we're not gonna go full bore. Not yet, at least. Not going full bore, at least not quite yet. Don't have the track speed to do that. Making our way downtown. Walking a little too fast. Probably faster than this little switcher should be going, but hey, we're an upstart tourist short line. We need to do what we can. We have commitments, though I don't know of a tourist line that would make a 6:45 in the morning run. That's a little much. All right. Let's pull up the map here. I think what we do is we pull through into the runaround, run around all the cars with the passenger car still behind us, drop the passenger car, shove the bridge cars, and then deal with the farm supply. I feel like that's what we do. I feel like that's the play. I think that's the play. Make sure we clear the crossing there. Good. We've cleared the crossing. And we have made it to Ella with our first significant load, apart from a passenger car. Okay. Let's tie a handbrake here. Couple of handbrakes just to be on the safe side. Alrighty. So we're going to throw the switch and reverse. I just realized I need to refigure out what kind of like gifting levels we have here. Because I need to figure that out because I do want the community to be able to affect this. I just know I need to adjust for my new. I just need to be able to get the levels to something that I feel is equitable, and that way everybody feels like they're getting their money's worth. And again, donating is not a requirement at all. Simply being here, watching the stream, enjoying, partaking, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that fun stuff. But yeah, this is episode 2. I don't know how many episodes there will be, but I think there will be a kind of a natural point where we find a conclusion, potentially. Not anytime soon, I don't think. All right. Draw that down. Tie the handbrake. Okay. Now to get the first part of this expansion done and to deliver our first freight cars. Okay. Alrighty. Recharge the air. Kick off the handbrakes. And let's get moving. Now, to kind of go over this, like I said, we do have a selection here. I do really want to get... Where are they? This one. The RS-36. I want to get a couple of those at some point. How much are they? Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't have enough money for that at all. How about these? Yep. We definitely can't be looking at a new locomotive anytime soon. But we can kind of hope. Alright. We can kind of hope. But I do really like the look of those RS-36s, especially with the modernized, with all the digital lights and everything. They look really nice. Just a matter of figuring out the paint scheme for them. But yeah, we're doing. We've been going for... Oh, geez, we've already been going for a half hour? Holy cow. Time kind of flies, I guess. I will say that members do get kind of perks if you do become a member. Probably kind of access to a special channel in the Discord, early access to things of that nature. So yeah, if you're interested, we did revamp the pricing a little bit, at least on my channel. And yeah, again, that's only if you're interested, not a requirement at all. Do we have everything in here? I think we do. So we're just going to apply the brakes, draw everything down, tie a couple of handbrakes here. Alrighty. Get these cars to the farm supply. Yeah. Kind of keeping on with our little tiny short line here that we're struggling to get started. Ready. So, farm supply. That's that one. Okay. Farm supply R1 is that one. That's the thing. We're gonna need a car of supplies, and we're gonna need a tank car. But we're also not ready for either of them yet. So don't know entirely what to do there about that. Don't know what to do about that. Don't really know what to do about that. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. I mean, I guess there's nothing preventing us from buying the car. You know what I mean? There's nothing stopping us from doing it. Maybe our coach. We could buy another coach. But then we would just be buying a coach. We wouldn't be buying yeah, we could buy a bunch of coaches, but I would want to buy, if I'm buying actual coaches, I want to buy two. Because if we can't use them with the cab car, you know what I mean? Private car. I do like a good private car. do like a good private car. Thoughts for when we have more money, we can just kind of do what we want. Because that's the other thing. I really don't want to be taking out loans if I don't have to. Okay. So we delivered those cars. Got some money for it. Oh, what to do? We have so many things we could do. Like needs-wise, we definitely are going to need a parts box car and a tank car. Those two are needs. But then we also need the money to buy the fuel. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to buy either of them until that diesel fuel stands down. So. Or do I just get them? Chat, what do we do? What do we do, chat? Do we just get them? Because part of me feels like we just get them and suffer the consequences of our actions. Because the cars aren't that expensive. At least the box cars aren't. Oh, that's one mod I didn't get to install. And I probably should. Was the used market. Could install that mod. That's the other thing. I have like the base level of this mod pack done. It's more so figuring out which parts I want to add to it. Oh, we have a full passenger car? What the heck? How'd that happen? Well, I guess that's what we get for leaving it here. Okay. Well, I guess we just get moving. I guess that's what we do. I guess. I mean, we still have some switching to do. We do have some switching to do. How many passengers are left behind? That's a great question. 9. So, answer is we really need our shop guys to get that cab car done. We really need to get that cab car done. Which means do we just do it? Do we just order the parts? I mean, it's going to be a day before we get the parts. So how about let's get back there. Yeah, let's get back there and we'll figure this out when we get back. I should make a second run. Oh, that is an option. We could just make a second run. Make a second run, then do switching. That is an option. We could do that. Also, holy cow, we have 14 people watching? Jeez. Hi, guys. Welcome. Glad you could join us. Do a second run and then do switching. Well, I guess that... How many people are in Whittier? $45. I think that might be the play. I think that might be the play. Because we could get the revenue from that, and as we're parked in the station here, we can order stuff. Now the question is, do we want one parts box car or two? Do we want two tank cars? I just realized something. I'm forgetting a member. And that's the other thing. Members do get perks. Such as your name in this wonderful scroll that's right next to me. You know, that right over there. That way. That way. All right. So we got, yeah, I think that's the play. We're going to pick up passengers. We're going to do a second passenger run and go from there. Okay. Let's... Alrighty. We have arrived. We're going to zoom over here real quick. All right. We have those cars. We have our dead RSC-5. How much progress has this made? That still has a lot of progress to make. Okay. How many tons of parts? Employees. It's just me. Locations. There it is. So we have 14.7 tons of parts. And we still have a day, 2 hours and 9 minutes in order to get this one car going, this one car fixed. And apparently it's going to need... So the shop crew can finish this with the parts we have. Okay. But we're going to need parts to fix this. This is going to need a lot. How much is it again? The blue diesel that has 4 or 5 has 5 or 6 circles is the sandwich locomotive. Not sure what you mean by that, but okay. Do we want a 35 foot? I mean, we could really get any boxcar we wanted. $10,000 gallons. 10,000 gallons. 8,000 gallons. How frugal do we be? Actually, what's the capacity here? 55 tons. It's almost over 50% more. In fact, it's almost double. Now it's double the price. $1,200. Let's get 2 of those. They have been delivered. If a train has freight cars on one end of the train, locomotive and freight cars on the other, and the locomotive in the middle, you have a freight train sandwich. Yes, you do. All right, let's renumber these. Let's renumber these. Let's do 50. And 51. I'm not worried about paint quite yet. We'll deal with that when we deal with that. Okay. Let's see here. You know what? Let's get the tank car too. Let's get prepared. And we're going to number that 40. Okay. And then equipment, operations, unload there, load there, unload there, load there. Because one of these cars we could take to, we can't do all that yet. Okay. So those are all there. Okay, so we have those. So those are waiting. Because we can't unload the diesel yet. All right, let's get this going again. We have a few passengers waiting. So, yeah, we're... So let's see here. 53... Hold... Are we going to have another full car? Darn near. Okay. Okay. This is something. Now the thing is, as our cars get fixed here, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna paint them. Do we go my standard like red with yellow and black, or do we go, you know, somehow put a stripe on it? Because Aspen makes these things infinitely colorful, which is awesome. But also, we can't MU these things. Our little switcher here is not MUable. Well, it is, but in reality, it wouldn't be. There's no cables, so can't MU until we get the RSC5 going. Alrighty. So we're making our way downtown, walking fast. So we have cars. We're back down around $5,600, $5,700, which we're probably gonna be just over 57 by the time we get back. That's the other thing. Once we get to Bryson, we're going to kind of want that RSC5 for going to Bryson. And we're probably going to end up moving all of our operations down there, which is going to be fun. Yeah, we're really... So do we hold off? Do we get a second Davenport? Number at 2 and... So many options. So many options. Hmm. Sounding like a Minecraft villager. There's so many options here. I mean, it's better if we restore the RSC 5. Before we get to Bryson. That's kind of the ideal circumstance there. And I also may not restart, but shut down the save briefly and restart the save because I do want to install another mod that I forgot about. So we may have an intermission here shortly once we get back to Whittier. 120 gallons. Okay. Because I forgot to install the used market. And I probably should have done that. Probably would have been a good idea to do that. These guys really take their time getting off the train, don't they? Sorry, I'm looking at some mods here that I think might be a good idea. So we're going to handle that. We still got people unloading. Come on, people. It's a one-car train. Why is it taking so long to get off of the train? is this because we have Lego Man's better pass? It might. Okay. Okay. Four passengers. Three passengers. All right. So, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to hit save real quick. I'm going to throw up stream intermission, crew change in progress. Because what we're going to do is I'm going to install a couple of mods that I should have installed before this whole thing, and I didn't. So pulling up Unity Mod Manager, and this is why I like Unity Mod Manager, because then I just have one thing to deal with. Okay. Relaunch the game. Okay. And we're back. We're loading. We're doing the thing. Getting things rolling here again. Okay. Now, supposedly, we have a better passenger on it. Okay. Passenger. Whittier. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. And used market. Okay. Let's see what's on. Combine cab car is on the used market. It'll work for now. Price $820. Normally $10,000. Okay. There's GP38. Yes, it's time for a loan. GP9. F7A can't have hot boxes without bearings. Okay. Or we could get a GP38. I mean, we could afford it. That is something we could afford. Okay, so we got a couple of things that we could do there. Okay. Okay, we got everybody? We got everybody. So let's get on board. And get out of here. We'll do some switching. We'll do some switching. didn't realize how short the telegraph poles were. Also, how high the roadbed is. So that's probably what's causing it. Okay, so we're getting moving here. The other thing I'm wondering is where Newton Combine to go. PBO. Alright, yeah, we definitely don't have any money for that. If we're getting it new, at least. Alright, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Our little tiny short line is getting somewhere in only its second day of operation. Now, where that place is, who knows? Who knows? But we're getting somewhere. And I hope you enjoy where we're getting. It's only 7:30 in the morning. We still have a bunch of switching to do. Well, not a bunch. We have to get all of the we have to get all of the oil. We have to get the oil and the Stenzel cars delivered. We could schedule another interchange to help get those cars out and go into where they need to be. Could do that. That is an option. How many passengers? 34. They can wait. They can wait. Okay, they're getting all of that off. Good. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. All right. We're getting somewhere. All right. We just unloaded all the passengers. Good, good. Very good. All right. Let's not load more. Let's, you know what? Let's stick the, let's stick this in the shop. Yeah. Okay. I think we have a plan. We're going to stick the coach in the shop. And then we're going to grab the freight cars, do some switching, and we'll go from there. How long we're going to go today, who knows? We'll figure it out. So we're getting back here. Okay. We're making our way downtown, walking fast. Probably a little too fast. Let's throw some switches here. We're going to throw that. we're gonna make sure repair estimate 9 hours and 30 minutes. Really? We're gonna let the shop crews work on it a little bit. We're going to let the shop crews work on that for a little bit. We're going to go grab some freight cars. So we're getting somewhere here. We're backing up. So we got what? We have our own cars, so we don't have to worry about those. Stenzel, hollow field oil. Okay. Per chunk. Okay. So we got the free cars. We're heading on out. Alrighty. So we got both of our passenger cars getting fixed up. They should be done. Well, one of them should be done by the end of the day, and one should be done by the end of tomorrow. So that's something at least. Now the fun part of this is going to be, do we try and reactivate the sawmill? I mean, I know we just sold all the log cars last night, so doing that be a little counterproductive. So, alright, I have a feeling. Oh, how are we going with this? Well, these two are going to the same spot, so. Do. Okay. Through the switch. I do kind of like the challenge of Stenzel because of the grade. Like that grade transition is kind of nice. I do like that challenge. If you've seen my content before, you'll know that I don't like switching puzzles for the sake of switching puzzles. I don't find that entertaining, for lack of a better way of putting it. But when something makes sense, I like it. Alright, let the gray kind of hold us back a little bit. NC Pilot, hello, hello. Welcome, NC Pilot. Welcome to the Midland and Western playthrough that we're doing. Our kind of story-based, a little bit of a playthrough that we're doing. Started out a little bit different, but we're getting going here. You'll notice we don't have a steam engine. We have a little 45-ton Davenport. But how are we doing, NC Pilot? Hope you're doing well. So now we need to fish out the tank car here. Get it up to Hollofield. And I didn't throw that switch. I threw every other switch, but not that one. Yeah. I tried brushing the hair out. It didn't really work. Doing fine. Just some playing for your own 30 layout. Nice. Very nice. And in before traction motor goes boom. Yeah, we really don't want that happening on this diesel because it's our only motive power. So we don't really want a traction motor going boom. If we could avoid it. But yeah, no, we do our best here. We try. That's the reason my life motto is all I am is me, all I do is try. All right. Yeah, but we really don't want a traction motor going boom, because we only have 2 of them. That's why there's side rods. Alrighty. Time to put this where it needs to be. Which is right there. Okay. Alrighty. Car delivered. We got some money. We got a little bit of money. So we're getting somewhere. Okay. Let's return to the yard. Kind of can't wait for the MOW update. I enjoy doing track work. I'm one of those weird people, and it'll be kind of fun to do track work in this game because then I could just let the entire logging lines just not get maintained at all, and that I feel like that'd be kind of fun, kind of appropriate for a logging line. I'm not gonna lie. So I think our main thing is going to be we're going to have to wait a little bit. We could wait the 9 hours or so that's going to take for that passenger car to get fixed. That is something we could do. Don't know if that's a good plan, though. You can defer maintenance until the last possible minute. Exactly. And in the case of the logging line, just simply not maintain it at all. It would be appropriate. It would be very appropriate. PSR before PSR was a thing. Exactly. I mean, in fairness, PSR was kind of always a thing. It just wasn't called PSR. I mean, why do you think big articulates came into fruition? It was to eliminate double heading. I.e., haul a long train more efficiently. So, PSR has always kind of been a thing. It just hasn't been called PSR. And all right. I mean, even back in Arcadia, the steam days, you still had appropriately staffed locomotives and trains. They weren't trying to get the railroad to the point of a one-man crew. No, you are very accurate, but that is true. That is very true. But the concept was still kind of the same. You were eliminating 2 people at the very least from the crew by getting it articulated. So instead of a 7-man crew, you're going to have a 5-man crew, which is technically what you should have had, but, you know. All right. Do. Passenger equipment condition, operations safety. Okay. Yeah, I guess. That makes sense. Open time window. Time. Let's wait 6 hours. Fuel stands complete. Okay. Okay, good. Good job, guys. And hey, our passenger car's complete. Yep, overhaul completed. Okay. Okay, overhaul completed. So now we get to paint it. So did I have an accident with the passenger train? No. Well, not in the storyline. However, in order to set up the storyline, yes. Basically to get the passenger equipment to the point where it needed to be fixed. Yes, we did have a little bit of an accident to cause that. Same with the RSC-5. However, we did not in the story have a actual accident. The accident was to make the setup. If that makes any form of sense. All right. Character development. Exactly. Exactly. Character development. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do, I think. We're going to pull this out. Okay. So we're going to need to repaint this car. We're going to need to repaint the car because now we don't want it looking all rusty. Okay, so we're going to repaint the car. Hold up. Okay. Equipment. Customize. Lettering color. Southern Passenger Green. That is an option. That is an option we could do. Here, let me fix the roof here. Okay. Yeah, we probably want the roof a little more black than that. There we go. Southern Passenger Green. What's the hex code for that? Supposedly, Southern Green is this color, which is I don't think that's it. Try 3D 5B 47. Okay. Pretty close, actually. Trucks, we're gonna make those black. Gates. Bottom line. Well, actually, see what it means by that. Oh, it means that. Very bottom. Okay. Now, the one thing I will say, Aspen did an amazing job with all the customization you can do. It just involves a lot of painstaking work to apply the color to where you want it. Which is not a bad thing, because it allows you a lot of customization. It really does. And it's one of those things that you can just accept. And actually, what's a good gold hex code? FD. So I want to do the window frames in gold. I feel like that's appropriate. FFD 700. Yeah. It's not really the gold I want. Let's try this one. E4A. That's a little better. Okay. I can do that. Okay. So we're gonna, let's see here. Lower window stripe. What's that? Oh, it's that. Okay. Roof stripe. Oh, we can get kind of fancy here. We could get a little fancy. Okay. Well, if we're doing all that, I don't know if I want the windows to be the way they are. So... Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, I can dig that. And then change the lettering to that. What do we think? What do we think? I kind of dig that. That's a neat little coach. I can dig that. I could get behind that. Let's make the chassis black though. See how that looks. Fancy. Exactly. I kinda dig that. Chassis. Let's see here. One. Okay, yeah. No, with the black chassis. Oh yeah. Okay. That looks pretty darn good. I like that. That looks pretty darn good. Okay. Well, with that painted, let's get some stuff switched out here. That's I can dig that. Fancy for a little cab trailer. Or coach trailer car. That's been demotorized. I wonder if... Here, I'm going to try something. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, though. I just want to try it. Just want to try it. Window frames. Black window frames. Not sold. I'm not sold. It could work. I'm not sold, though. Let's keep them green for now. We'll come back to that. Let's keep them green for now. WC 978 silver truck frames? I don't know. I don't know if it would look quite right. If you find me a good silver hex code, I'll try it. But I don't know. Okay. Let's... get this moved over one bay. Yeah, if you find me a good silver hex code, I'll try it. I just don't know if it would fit with the black roof. You know what I mean? And you get a good before and after. Here's a good before and after. Yeah, let's see here. So you're saying C0, C0. Bright pink frames, Dr. Nimrod. Oh, jeez. No, we're not. I don't think we're going to do bright pink. I'll entertain silver for a moment. Yeah, the green car definitely looks better. Silver trucks. Because of the way Railroader handles colors, it would almost have to be that silver, and I don't know that we could get it to be that silver. You know what I mean? So 2 days in, we have our first fully restored car. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Dr. Nimrod, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Okay. I see the joke you're making, but we're here for trains, sir. Oh, we still need to pull forward a little bit. I will say those silver frames might work when we restore the RSC 5. That might be the play. That might be the play there. They might work there. I'm not sold. I'm not sold on the cars yet. I wish if we could get, like I said, if we could get this, like metallic silver almost, I would be in that. I think it would look better. I just don't know, with Railroaders limitations, I don't know that we can do that. Holy cow, we've been going almost 2 hours. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you haven't yet, I hope you like the stream. If you do, just simply giving a like helps us out a lot. It really does. Okay. So we got that there. In the sunlight, that looks so good. NC Pilot, you're on to something, NC Pilot. You're on to something. I appreciate it. It looks so good. Okay. We're going to switch this car out because our diesel fuel stand is now done. And Mark of One, I completely understand that. I completely understand that. I don't hold that against anybody at all. And now we're back. So I'm glad to see that you're back and kind of joining in here. And hopefully you enjoy this kind of new path we're starting. But like I said, Mark One, I completely understand, and I don't hold that against anybody. And yes, NC Pilot, Southern Green always wins. Okay. I think General, so NC Pilot, General Stonewall would, or good friend General, would definitely agree with you. Well, I'm glad you enjoy watching, Mark of One. I really do. And like I said, we're back now. This is the second stream I've done. The first one that is not at 1 o'clock in the morning. And so we're like I said, this is said before, this is our story kind of driven playthrough where we have a little tiny tourist short line that we're trying to get off the ground. And we're slowly making our way to do that. VivaFit, thank you. Glad to see you're back here with us. We're doing our best here. We started a new path. Things have kind of stabilized, and we're getting back in the saddle. Genuinely don't know how often I'll be able to stream. Probably on a Monday though, and probably on Mondays and Wednesdays I'll be able to. No guarantees of Tuesdays, but probably on Mondays and Wednesdays I'll be able to. As I mentioned last night, I do want to stream different games too, so I'm hoping to kind of start maybe doing some stuff with General, because we've been getting back into Helldivers recently. If he's up for that, I would love to stream that with him. So yeah. All right. Tie that handbrake down. Okay. Variety gamer. A little bit. Yeah, I do want to play some different games. That was the other thing that kind of I kind of explained this last night, where between everything that was going on, plus kind of getting burned out on the game, playing it a little too much, it kind of soured me on the stuff that I was going to do or wanted to do. And now that I have this mod pack, yeah, I mean, you know, we try our best here. All right, gotta figure out what we're gonna do here. Kind of look at chat for a second. Nothing, no emoticons with tails. And yeah, we're kind of simple streamers here. You fix your own railway because you broke it with mods, so you're back at it yourself with a new save. Nice. And that was the other thing. It was like a lot of stuff was getting complicated, at least for me, with the amount of time I had to spend on it. And so, you know, we're getting back in the saddle, and kind of going from there. We set this overhaul. We did. Okay. 15 hours until that gets overhauled. Though I hate to say it, we might need to press it into service. How many passengers are currently at Whittier Depot? And it doesn't tell us. Alright, well let's kick the brake off and start heading that way. 22, okay. We can still get by with just the one car. More of a driving set than a management. Now you're waiting for COS to come out. I'm excited for COS, and it's different games for different people. It's very simplistic running UI. So if all you want to do is run trains, you can. Yeah, you still have to manage the contracts and everything, but you know, we're doing our best. And the game devs are doing their best. I'm excited for the maintenance away update personally. I'm a big track guy. If you haven't noticed, especially with the friends of the East Broad Top, I'm big on the track guys and doing track work. So it's a case of we're just gonna keep on trucking and see what happens. And I have a feeling that COS, just based on the kind of what they've shown off in the devlogs, that COS may have a more management side to it if you want it to. It also may not. Driving railroad is too simplistic. Yeah, I can understand that, and arguably that's what turned me off of Railroads Online. Is it was too simplistic. Train Sim Classic was getting there, especially if you coded, if you had some third-party stuff that somebody had coded right. But it was one of those good luck with getting that, you know, sometimes it was a little too hard. So this is so we took the coach out of service for half a day, and now it comes back fully painted, ready for its next life. Are you planning to go to Andrews? Will you please try Red Marble Grade Alt by Foxy? It's stable, scenic, and realistic mod. So Mark of One, at this moment, I'm not including any map mods in this mod pack at this moment. The reason I say it that way is I massively overshoot the station. You guys got Ramonda looking. Is I do want to add map mods. I'm waiting for some things to happen before I do. Those things being the maintenance way updates, so that way all the map mobs don't instantly break and things of that nature. But also I'm waiting for some new kind of mod loader to come out to help support map mods. I don't really like using rail loader, especially with kind of the baggage that goes along with it. So we're gonna try and figure that out. I've heard rumblings of another one coming out. I think it's called Fuse, and so we'll see. But I'm not ruling it out. I'm not saying no. I'm saying not yet. NC probably Dovetail took over Rail Simulator, now it's arcade as well. It is. It very much is. And Viva fit different games for different people is how I try to look at things. Personally, not into things super sim, but like a lot of new racing games, prefer balance and having arcade features. Yeah, and again, it all depends on your preference. It really does. I like that balance too, where I want a challenge. I want a small challenge running. And I like realistic physics, but also there are days where I just want to sit down and run a passenger train, and you see me do that on Angry streams quite a bit, actually. And this does allow that to happen. Did I repaint the coach? Yes. The coach was repainted thanks to a suggestion from NC Pilot. So the coach is now fully restored. Our shop crews were able to spend a few hours getting it up and running to its fullest potential. It's condition 100, fully overhauled. And to go with it, we gave it a new paint job. But we did not get a new coach yet. You don't really have the money for a new coach. But doesn't it look fancy? Look how fancy this looks. That looks really good. I'm a fan. One thing I wonder, should we make the diaphragm black? I wonder how that would look. Diaphragm, there it is. Oh, okay, yeah. Black diaphragm, sure. Can I mimic the rubber a little bit? And the pilot car, is it ready? Not yet. It still has about, I think it's 6 hours of work to go. Maybe a little bit less. Best YouTube railroader ever is Other Brian. 515 episodes to tier 5. and hostile vanilla railroader. So it can be done. He retired last month. Your turn. I'm a fan. Subscribe to you again. Well, I'm glad you subscribed again, Mark of One. And dear God, that sounds like a challenge. I applaud other Brian for making it that far. I really do. We can attempt it. We can try it. We could definitely try it. And Viva Fit, once you're ready, you'll add quality of life mods to make it simple. But you're enjoying the game, recently swapped to it. I'm tired of playing a different game that you threw 150 hours and wanted to change it up. I can understand that. I can pull up my Steam right now. I have 820 something hours into this game. That's nowhere near my highest for Train Simulator. That belongs to Train Sim Classic. If I can find it. Yeah, Train Sim Classic, which has 6,914 hours of playtime. So, but I mean, I had what? Let's see here. I had 362 hours into Railroads Online. So I switched it from RO to this. Kind of not bad. Is the Yellow Bridge done? Phase 1 is still in progress. So there are 3 phases. We're still in progress with that. Yeah, back when it was on Xbox instead of PC, you spent 3,300 hours on into GTA 5 over several years. Yeah, I'm excited to see what becomes of GTA 6 and all that. I have a decent amount of time into GTA 5. It's not a primary game, though it would be a fun game. Maybe you'll be in that second stream slot that we do. We should probably slow down a little bit because we are coming to a station stop. Here we are. First run of the freshly painted passenger car to Ella. We have arrived. Turns out hostile isn't. It's random shuffle. I hope the update fixes this isn't random shuffle and truly sadistic. That would be fun to see. That would definitely be interesting to see and see how well that pans out. I genuinely, I am excited for where Railroader is going. I don't know if it will be what everyone expects it to be. However, you know, it's one of those things where different games for different people, as was mentioned earlier. You know, some may see this as a model train simulator, and it kind of is, with how simplistic the running is. But others see this as a really fun game, and it can be. It definitely can be. I kind of like starting out like this, kind of vanilla again. You're not too worried about frame rate with having 5,000 cars on the railroad. So there is that. Alrighty, and we got a few people coming back. Looks like 19 passengers. Okay, so we don't really have to worry about a second car quite yet. We don't have to get the cab car is not going to be the end all be all. Right. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Jeez. All right, we're gonna go for probably gonna end soon. Probably gonna end once we get back to the station, unload, and then we'll park everything because we're kind of in a holding pattern until we get another interchange. Jeez, this. I'm so proud with how this turned out. Good suggestion, NC Pilot. Good suggestion. Really appreciate it. And also, Mark of One, I feel like hostile being random is pretty hostile, especially if you have to switch it all to get it blocked right. Making some good progress. I wonder why the baggage is full. I'm curious about that. 3-minute repair estimate. Okay. Oh god, I just realized what song was playing. So hopefully we don't derail. Hopefully we don't derail. Hopefully. Okay, we're making some progress here. Railroader has to fix his Stevenson gonna has to fix its optimizing. I'm assuming you want to play it on a Steam machine, and maybe someday you'll be able to. The game does definitely need some optimization though, because you can, with how the contracts are, even in base game, you can get up to 500 to 1,000 cars on the railroad, and it still feels it feels like it's chugging. So it's one of those things where it definitely does need it. So hopefully someday it comes, but we'll see. You know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. We can hope, but you know, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. It is their game. Switching around with Norfolk Southern is hostile. Yeah. The good thing is the game and many games are still working for us. Yes, exactly. And the fact that we actually did get word of an update. Yes, it took a little bit, but yes, since we did get word of it, that's kind of nice and kind of proves that they're still at least committed to the game. So we'll take it. Alrighty. Made it back to Whittier. Cool. All right. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to end stream here probably. Get a screenshot for posterity. But I think that's going to wrap up for stream here. I do appreciate everyone joining us on our second stream back. It really is awesome. I'm grateful to see so many of you come back after so long. I truly do appreciate it. I truly do apologize for it being as long as it was. If you want to see my full reasons, you can kind of see them in the first episode of this stream. The series, I don't want to rehash them here, but again, I appreciate everyone coming back and seeing what we're doing here, and hopefully you stick around for this ride. And we're gonna be kind of going from here. So I appreciate everyone joining us. I hope you'll stick with us, and I'll see you next time, which will probably don't quote me on this one, but will probably be next Monday. Next Monday, I think we're going to kind of stick to a Monday, Wednesday kind of a thing. But until then, guys, I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you joining us. I see Mark of One played Train Simulator 3 for a week, and it only lasted a week. So we'll take it. And yeah. And Mark of One, I appreciate that. Thank you for spreading the word, and Via with it, thank you for sticking around. We'll see you all in the next one, guys. I really do appreciate it. Take care.